So with the network device configuration, some of the most interesting things that we find in typical networks of tomorrow are shown up on the overhead here. One of the leaders in the business obviously is Cisco. Cisco owns Linksys and has acquired a bunch of other companies over the long haul. But Adtran, actually here in town, is a big player in the trunk technology. So anything dealing with high bandwidth, there's a lot of appliances that Adtran sells, and it's a pretty good product space for Adtran. So consider going local before you go to the big pop-up there with Cisco. So we're going to go through some of these terms right here. And I think this will help. What's that?
Sorry, I can't see the overhead.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you.
Stand by 1 second, please. All right. So the first thing here is this thing called a hub. And if you've never seen this before, these are probably the simplest and the stupidest devices on our networks. And why do I say that? It's not to hurt the hub's feelings, right? I'm not interested in hurting the hub's feelings here. But really what it does is it gives you multi-port access into a single conduit into a network. Typically, this is the most common setting out of the box by default. It just forwards traffic, and it's pretty good at doing that. Typically, you see down here at the bottom, all traffic is broadcasted on devices that are connected to a hub. So everybody can talk to everybody. There's no logic in a hub. That's why I say it's stupid. So your switches, your routers, they can be configured in a hub mode, but typically you pay a little bit extra money so you can be able to configure them a little bit better. If you take a look here, hubs operate at layer 1 of the OSI model. Okay, and we're going to go through some of that here in a few minutes. One of the things to think about here is this thing that's called a collision and collision domain. So check it out. When we talk to each other in class, or if we're at lunch and one of us is talking and then immediately somebody starts to talk over you, we're having a collision right there. Somebody's talking over you. One of the things that my kids like to do, perfect example of this right here, is a knock-knock joke. Jacob, will you help me out here? So, knock-knock. You say, who's there? Knock-knock. Interrupting cow. Moo! Do it again. No, okay, but forget it. So, Rebecca, how about you do it with me? Because he's a jackass, okay? And here we go. So, knock-knock. Interrupting cow. Moo! Right? So, when we do something like that, that's a collision on the network. We can't have two people talking on the network at the same time unless we got different avenues they can take. And that's where the different cables come in, and wireless technology, different channels that can come in, different threads that are out there. So it ends up working out pretty well. But if you take a look at all the different collisions, you can check into this collision domain where everything inside of that one device, so everything that is connected to that one device, is inside of the collision domain. So all of those guys are jockeying for position on who's going to get the first available signal to send out to another network that's out there. So collision domain is anything inside the hub there. Okay? Any questions on that?